Well, summer is winding down, and for a lot of families, that means something else is creeping in. We are talking about back to school anxiety. We know that this can be something that not only students struggle with, but parents as well. So, this morning, we are on your side with the lovely Jennifer Wolf, a licensed counselor, to talk about how we can best navigate this. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, Whitney, thank you as always. It's good to be back and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, so I want to start by having a conversation about the fact that back to school nerves, back to school anxiety, that's normal. I don't want anybody to feel like weird. That is a very normal thing.
Right, right. Well, the anxiety happens because of the unknown.
Mm,
So there's an unpredictability. So I always recommend one very normal is to make it positive and start some certain things parents can do is kids will take definitely their emotional cues from the parent.
mm.
So start the change in sleep, the routine, even 2 weeks before you need to start school. And do that transition, like maybe go to bed 15 to 20 minutes earlier, start talking about it, normalize instead of asking them, well, how are you feeling? Say, hey, sometimes kids feel nervous. There's things you can do pre that first day. I get a lot of parents that are going to meet the teachers. They have a support person in the
Mm-hmm.
school. They're going to back to school
Mm-hmm.
bashes. Um, whatever makes it more, hey, it's normal that you feel this way, but the more familiar you become with something,
Yeah.
the less frightening.
I love that. And really just laying out that groundwork and saying, hey, let's have a conversation about this and know that it's okay. You can really be that calming presence. Now, let's talk about parents because a lot of
Ooh,
times the focus is on kids, but parents can experience
yes,
this as well.
yes, Whitney, absolutely. Well, parents self care,
Mm,
um, realize that kids will take their emotional cues from a parent. So if they see the parent like, oh my gosh, that the kid will most likely be reactive to that.
mhm,
So self care, be in touch with what are those fears and are they rational and how can you deal with them? How can that self care piece? Because
mhm.
many times during the summer, the parents' whole world is around the kids, and then suddenly it might be an older kid that's going. I remember when my son went to off to I cry. I said I'm gonna have my ugly cry, right? When especially his freshman year,
Mhm.
because your identity's changing,
Yeah.
and everything in life is transition. So to be aware of that, there's a grieving process,
Mhm.
and then get your own outlets to talk through what's going
Absolutely.
on for me with
Mhm.
this.
What are some signs that parents, guardians, aunties, uncles, because I'm getting ready
Yes.
for my baby to go back to school, what are some signs that we can look out for in kids and teens to say,
Right.
oh, they're really feeling some anxiety?
Great question. Anytime you see more than the normal jitters, like you see, I always say maybe anything that's like a change in basics. They're not sleeping. They're not. You're very present. Maybe you're volunteering. You're there, but they're having some physical symptoms or like panic attacks, anxiety, a huge resistance, or suddenly they've been very excited and then suddenly they don't want to go. They don't, so you see a very introverted child,
Mm-hmm.
suddenly they're very extroverted, or vice versa. And they're, so really to pay attention to that. And there's, your child. So some
Mm-hmm.
are going to do better than others,
Mm-hmm.
but really it's okay that they need that extra TLC and
Mm-hmm.
hey, what's going on? And let me explore this further.
I want to first I want to say I didn't even think about the fact that typically we always hear, okay, if they're being more introverted, but even if they're switching it up and they're becoming more extra, if it's just that
Right.
change in behavior,
Yes.
that is something to look out for as well.
Yes.
Now, you have brought a very
know.
nice setup. I love
You
it. You
know.
always bring literal practical
Right,
tools that we can
right.
use. Talk to us about this.
Right. Okay. Well, these are to have a time. I say it's a 7-7-7. 7 minutes in the morning with kids, no screen time. Have breakfast. And then 7 minutes during the day, check-ins, and then at night you can use a lot of these things instead of saying, I mean, these are pretty descriptive, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, how did you feel? To really help kids identify the feelings. I use a lot of puppets. These are
Wow.
crayons, have them draw, and this is, oh my goodness.
Look at that.
It's a storyteller.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we had a problem in school today. A lot of times kids worry about, this kid didn't like me, or girls can be girls, right? So you ask the magic storyteller instead of, well, tell me what happened. You say, oh my goodness, we're going to pull out Mr. Unicorn, and he's magic, and he's going to help us. So you can be a storyteller. He can give magic wishes. He can, he's colorful. So the other thing I want to mention is gratitude and joy.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at it as catastrophic or, oh my gosh, that's normal. But all of those wonderful things that you're going to learn and it's going to be new, and walk with them as a parent. But also when, I go, he's about 14. When he was 6, he loved to see me coming.
Yeah.
It was like, mommy. 14, it was like, I'm cool.
Hold up.
Hold on. So know their cues and meet them where they are.
Yeah.
Follow what that your child needs as they need it.
I absolutely love this. So here are some practical, tangible things. I love these little Muppets here because
Yeah,
they
you can
all
get them
have
off Amazon.
Yes, and they all have, this person is like, oh, this one's happy, this one's looking
Yes.
a little angry. And so these are great ways to really be able to help kids express themselves. Jennifer, thank
Yes.
you so much. I appreciate you.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you, Whitney.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, my friends. So we are going to put this interview on our website, WLTX.com, so that way you can reference it later as you are continuing to navigate not just the beginning of this school year, but these are great tools and tips that will really be able to help you and your family as the school year progresses.